Today we are going to discuss about vendor master data. Yesterday we discussed about metal master data, right? So today we are going to discuss about the vendor master data. What is the vendor master data? It contains the information about vendor for which a company or plant can procure. For example, let me give you a small example so that I can understand. Let me give you some regular. If you want to buy a product from Amazon, let's assume it's a e-commerce store. What we do is simply go to the website and choose the product which you want to purchase, and then you place the order. After that, the Amazon will send the goods to you. Along with that, he will give you one invoice receipt, which is nothing but you need to pay the bill to the, some amount to the Amazon for purchasing the product, right? So here Amazon is the vendor, and also you will be the customer here, okay? And you're placing an order to the Amazon that some material X you're buying, and after that the Amazon will sends, which is nothing but the product is delivered to you, right? After that, along with that, he will give you some invoice receipt. You need to pay that amount to the Amazon vendor, right? So here Amazon will be the vendor if he is selling his own product. Otherwise, what happens? Some other people also maintaining their products in e-commerce store, and they will sell their products, right, in Amazon store itself. So what happens? Amazon will be the main vendor here, but actually we are ordering to the seller who is selling the product. Amazon is the e-commerce store. We are ordering to the Amazon, but here good supplier will be not Amazon here, because some people, like some seller, will maintain their products in the e-commerce store. Whenever we order the product in Amazon, it will be sent to the actual vendor, actual seller, okay? After that, he will send across through the Amazon transportation, or can be by his own transportation, along with the invoice, which will be sent by the Amazon. Okay, you understand the example, right? Amazon is selling his own products, and also what are the sellers, people, outsiders also put their products in Amazon website, and they will sell their own products. So here, what we had is, for example, in this example, Amazon is selling his own product. Let's assume like this. So Amazon will be the vendor. Okay. Ordering address. OA means ordering address. Let me write it down like this. Vendor. Okay. It is ordering address. Let's assume we are purchasing the Amazon product only. Okay. Then Amazon will be the ordering address. Good supply. Nothing but GS will be Amazon. And invoice represented. Okay. So invoice represented by Amazon, because you are purchasing from the Amazon, and also the seller also be Amazon, but you are buying some product here. Okay. The ordering address may be changes, the good supplier may be changes, the invoice represented may be changes. The same Amazon, if you whenever you order some product, it will be go to some Bangalore location headquarters. Let's assume Amazon headquarters is Bangalore. Let's assume. Okay. Whenever you order, it will go to the Amazon address. Okay. But goods will not be, good supplier can be Amazon or else some other person. Okay. Same concept. Let me take the same concept. Okay, vendor. We want some material X product. We order. When you place an order, it will go to the some ordering address. It will go to some Amazon address. Let's assume. Okay. Let's assume. Let me take it down. Not Amazon. Okay. You ordered to Honda Motors. Okay. Some material X, like some piston or something you ordered. Okay. But the Honda is not the good supplier. It can be using some other distributor like Varun Motors or something. Okay. The good supplier can be Varun Motors. And also invoice represent by can be Varun Motors or else Honda Motors. And also the vendor will be Honda Motors. It can be possible, right? So this is how we maintain in vendor master data. These are nothing but partner functions. We call it as a partner functions. Okay, Joseph, you understand? Do you have any questions here?
No, sir.
Yeah. So we are rising in order to the some vendor, and he is having some ordering address. We need to order to that address only. Okay. And then the product can be delivered from the same address or else it can be delivered from some other plant. Okay. It can be located at Hyderabad or Bangalore or something. Okay. So which is nothing but a goods supplier who is supplying the product to the customer, which is nothing but a goods supplier. And also invoice represented by, I mean, along with goods supplier, he can be, goods supplier can be the invoice given to us, or else some other person can be send an invoice to the company. Okay. And then in vendor master data, what are the type of data we maintain? In metal master data, what are the data we maintain? Basic data one, purchasing data, some accounting data like material price. All these data we maintain. Right? As the same way in vendor master data also, we have some types of data we maintain. What are the types of data? General data. First one is general data. Like in general data, what we maintain is name of the vendor, address, the door number, his postal code. What is the address of the vendor? We need to maintain that. Address of the vendor. And if it is having any fax details, telephone details, all details we will maintain. Okay. In general data. The next data is company code data. In company code data, it is related to finance related data, like it we maintain like bank account details and payment details. And general ledger account details. Etc. we maintain in company code data. It will be maintained by FI people. Okay. You don't worry about it. These data will be maintained by the FI consultants. The next data is purchasing data. In this data, we maintain like payment terms. Okay, payment terms like input terms, like some minimum order value. minimum order quantities. That's it. We will maintain these data. I will explain that once we create during the creation of vendor master data, I will explain each and every field. So this is the type of data we maintain in vendor master data. And what are the types of vendors available in SAP? See, the first types of vendors. Okay. First one is fixed vendor. Okay, fixed vendor means for certain materials, company will be procured from a fixed vendors. Those vendors are known as nothing but fixed vendor. For example, we have some pistons or bolts or nuts available. Those metals only procure from these vendors. Do not procure these materials from any other vendor. Nothing but a fixed vendor. The next one is one-time vendors. One-time vendors, where we use it to order for a certain period, like once a month or once a year. We procure the materials from the vendors who are nothing but one-time vendors. We call them as one-time vendors. The next vendor is service vendors. Service vendors means whenever we require any services like painting the office buildings or cleaning the building or these kind of like gardenings or every month and maintenance of the building, like cleaning of machineries, these kind of services we procure from some vendors, right? Which are nothing but service vendor. We procure these kind of services from the service vendors. And the last one is regular vendors. It is like a daily basis procurement. We procure the goods every day for the business, day-to-day transactions. We used to procure the materials from the regular vendors. So these are the types of vendors we are using. So now coming to configuration. Here we need to define account group. Okay. One account group. And we need to assign this account group to number range. Whether it is the external number range or internal number range. Okay. We need to assign that account group to number range. This is the configuration we need to do. And also we need to do some partner functions configuration as well. I will show you that in SAP. You understand the theoretic part, right? Do you have any questions here, Joseph and Anil? Any questions?
No, Shekhar.
Yeah. Okay.
No,
You're fine with that. So these are called partner functions. Whether like these partner functions like vendor, ordering address, good supplier, and invoice representative will be the same person or else the multiple persons. Okay, based on their business maintain. I mean, whatever the vendor is maintained, their partner functions, we need to maintain those in vendor master data. And types of data. In these types of data, we need to maintain 3 types of data. One is general data, then company code data, and purchasing data. And coming to types of vendors, we have fixed vendors. For those materials, we procure only from those vendors is nothing but a fixed vendors. One-time vendors, we procure the materials from once a month or once a 6 months or once a year is nothing but a one-time vendors. Service vendors, like we have some kind of services like painting, cleaning of the building. These kind of services we procure from the service vendors. Regular vendors is nothing but every day we buy the material from the vendors. And coming to configuration part, now we are going to SAP and I will show you that. Let me log into SAP. Configuration, go to SPRO transaction. reference ing, and then we need to go for vendor. First, we need to define the vendor account group. Okay, go to financial accounting. Account group will be defined by finance people. Okay, number ranges will be defined by us. Financial accounting, and go to account receivable and account payable, and then go to vendor accounts, master data, and then go to preparation of for creating vendor master data. Here we need to define account groups with screen layout. Here you can see define account group with screen layout. Click on execute. Here you can see the some standard account groups available like vendors. See goods suppliers and invoice represented by. See, we can maintain these partner functions as a different vendors as well when we use the multiple vendors. See, ordering address is different and goods supply is different. Then we need to go with different account groups. Okay, see ordering address. This is the standard account groups. Okay, vendors, goods supplier, invoice represented by ordering address. See, and remaining all are defined by the users. Let us go and create a new account group. Let me copy this and let me put as some VS. Let me put as Honda vendor account group. Enter. Honda vendor account. Save. If you are creating a one-time vendor, then you need to put the checkbox here. Okay. And coming here, you can see general data, company code data, purchasing data. Just double click on it. And here you can see address, communication, control. These are called selections. Like I already tell you that which field is mandatory, which field is optional. You can maintain that. After creation of vendor master data, I will show you this how we can maintain this required field option entry display. After creation of vendor master data, you can understand it better. Okay, I created one vendor account group. Now we are going to define the number range. See here you can see create number range for vendor accounts. Click on execute. Let me see the intervals. These are the intervals were created by the system. So let us create one new. Click on this so that it will show us the list of numbers. Here, let me sort it out. This is the last number range was used by some other person. Let me take from here. Let us take from sound series 2000. Go to pencil mark interval button. Add new entry, insert line. Let me put some number here. Series. I will maintain as ZB. Or else you can put 13. It's not a problem. Let me put as ZB. 2000. $2,500. Okay. So number range was defined. Now we need to assign the account group to number range. Down itself having assign number range to vendor account groups. Click on execute. What is our vendor account group? Click on position. ZVAZ, right? Honda vendor account group. Remove this and put our vendor account number range. ZV. Save it. So We define the account group and we assign the number range to it. Now we need to do some other configuration. Close this financial accounting. Now go to materials management. We need to define the partner functions. Okay, VN, ordering address, goods supply. These are standard partner functions, but we need to assign that to our account group. See, I will show you that configuration. Go to purchasing. And see here, partner determination. You can see here, partner determination. Go to this partner determination. Go to partner roles. Here you can see define partner roles. Click on execute. We already had the standard partner roles. First one is VN, is the partner function. See, VN vendor. It is assigned to LI. LI is nothing but a vendor. Okay, what type of partner type it is? It is a partner type to vendor. Okay, and OA, ordering address, it is a partner type to vendor master data, right? And next one is GS, goods supplier. Who is the supplier? Goods. See, goods supplier is a vendor. Partner type is vendor. And second one is invoice represented by LI. It is also a related to vendor master data. Okay, this is a standard configuration. Do not disturb anything. And then define permissible partner roles per account group. Click on execute. So here we defined one account group, our vendor account group, VN. And what is our account group? ZVAZ. The entry is not available. You need to create a new entry. Click on new entries. What are the partner functions we are using? VN, goods supplier, ordering address, invoice represented. What is our group? ZVAZ. We need to assign this group to the partner functions. Okay. Enter, 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 enter. So it was assigned. Now save. So what we have done, we defined the partner roles. It is having some standard already configuration in SAP. So it is assigned to our account group. Okay, close this partner roles. Now go to partner settings in vendor master record. Here we have some partner schema. Click on execute, define partner schema. Here we have a standard partner schema. L1 vendor is the standard partner schema. Okay, select that L1. Partner functions in procedure can have a small folder. Click on it. Here you can see the partner schema, ordering address, vendor, and also some other partner functions also available. We use these four only. VN vendor, OA ordering address, IP invoice represented by, and GS goods supplier. Okay. And if you want to define a new partner schema, you want to make changes, anything to it, you can do that also. Okay. Let us go with the standard, or else if you want to create a new partner schema also, we can do that. L1 partner function. And also I will tell you that no change and mandatory. Okay. Mandatory means if you check this box to vendor, it means the vendor master VN is automatically assigned in during the creation of vendor master data. There is no manual entry. It is a mandatory partner function. And coming to no change means if you check this box, then the number will be assigned automatically and it can't be in changeable mode. It is in display mode. Okay, during the creation, I will show you that how these controls works. Okay. Let's assume it is only checked for vendor. Let me do one thing. I will check for goods supplier and also invoice represented by and order. Okay. I'm checking this. Okay. Same L1 partner schema I will assign to our vendor account 2. Assignment of partner schema to account 2. What is our account group? ZVAZ. Here we need to assign the partner schema. This vendor partner schema, we need to assign that. Set. Okay. So the configuration part is completed. Now let us create the vendor master data. So for creation of vendor master data, we have a transaction codes. For creation, the T code is XK01. For change, the T code is XK02. For display, the T code is XK03. For list of vendors, the T code is MKVZ. Okay. It is a central creation. That means I already told you that we have 3 types of data. One is general data, second one is company code data, third one is purchasing data. General data will be defined by us or else finance department. Company code data will be filled by finance department. Purchasing data will be defined by our job, consultant. Okay. So that is the reason we have a multiple transactions here. MK01 is for consultants. FK01 is for finance consultant to maintain individually. Okay. See, FA people wants to maintain only company code data, then they will use this transaction, FK01. If people wants to maintain only purchasing data, then they will use MK01. If both wants to maintain, then they will go with XK01. Okay. Same. MK02. Yeah. See, I told you that like general data will be reference to both finance consultant and consultant. Okay. So it can be defined by, the data will be entered by consultant or else finance consultant. The company code data will be maintained by FI consultants and purchasing data will be maintained by consultants. Okay. So if they want to maintain individual data, consultants will go with MK01 and FI consultants will go with FK02. Okay. That's the reason why we're having multiple transactions for the vendor master data. And whenever we create both the data, then we will go with XK01. Okay. Now let us create the vendor master data. Now let us create the vendor master record. The transaction we use XK01. Enter. This is the initial screen of creation vendor. Here we need to put the company code. What is our company code? HMOT, Honda Motors Limited, right? And then purchasing organization, HTPO. And account group, HVAZ, our account group. Okay. Now we are using an internal number range, so the number will be assigned automatically. Do not maintain any number here. Now click on enter. Oh, sorry, not HVAZ, ZVAZ. Enter. It is an internal number range. Once we create it, the number will be assigned automatically. Okay. Let me put as some domestic vendor. I'm giving some name here. Or else I think the rest were noticed. Title, it's a company. Sheet, some sheet, I will leave it. Phone number, postal code, Hyderabad, country, reason. Reason is nothing but a state. And English, let me put some telephone number. Okay, this is the address details. Enter. Same address. Let me give some. Okay. The same address already available. Okay. Enter. This data will be maintained by the FI people, like bank account details and all other things. We don't require to maintain now. Enter. It is also maintained by FI peoples. So here it is a mandatory fields. Without maintaining this data, the system won't allow you to create the vendor master data. See, fill the required entries. Take the reconciliation account as a domestic. See, trade payable domestic. Let's take this and put the cash management group as A1 domestic, because we are buying from the local vendors. So we need to put as domestic. Enter. Payment terms. Payment terms means, what do you mean by this payment terms? Payment terms means vendor will give you some discount on or before we done a payment of deadline of the actual payment date. See, because the vendor is giving us some discount, like if you pay the amount after delivering the goods to your company, if you pay the amount within 1 month, I will give you some 1% discount. If you pay within 15 days, I will give you some 3% discount. If you pay within 5 days, I will give you some 5% discount. Like that, he will tell some payment terms, because the company will procure in bulk and payment will be done in after 1 month or after 2 months. Okay. That is the reason why vendor will put some payment terms according to that. See here, if I click this button, it will show some payment terms. See, it is immediate payment. See, coming to this, if you pay within 14 days, I will give you 3% cash discount. If you pay within 30 days, I will give you 2% cash discount. Like that, the vendor will give you some discounts. That is nothing but a payment terms. Okay, let me take some standard 001. Please check this double check invoice. I will tell you what is the functionality of it during the creation of invoice receipt. I will tell you that. Okay, just check this box, enter. Because it is used for, the checkbox is used for duplication. It will control the duplication of documents. I will tell you once we create the invoice receipts. And enter. See, this is the purchasing data. It is very important to us. See, order currency. What is the vendor order currency? He's a local vendor, then you need to put the order currency as INR. If it is a other countries vendor, like he's from US or something, you need to put the order currency as USD. The same terms of payments here. Let me take it as a 001. Incoterms. What do you mean by Incoterms? It is mostly used in import procurement. And also local vendors also put some Incoterm conditions. For example, let me give you a small example. Like they may say, like, for example, the vendor will say, like, he will transport the goods near to the port area. After that, the company, you need to take care of the remaining transportation. Like that, the vendor will tell you some transportation related terms and conditions, which is nothing but a Incoterms. Okay. And minimum order value, like how much minimum order you want to procure, you need to maintain that. Schema group vendor, it is used in pricing procedure. We have a some pricing procedure concept. During that topic, I will explain that this schema purchasing group and the remaining fields as well. Salesperson, if the vendor is having any salesperson, we can maintain that here. and telephone number is telephone number. Please check this chair-based ID and acknowledgement required and automatic PR. Now click on enter. Now see, these are called partner functions. Ordering address, vendor, invoice represented by and goods supplier. We defined, right? See, the number is automatically assigned here. It can't be changeable. See, it can't be changeable, right? See, all are Varun Motors only. Okay. Why? Because in configuration, let me open this. We put as no change, right? That is the reason why it can't be changeable. Okay. Let me create another vendor, then you will be understanding better. Let me save this vendor. See, the vendor master has created. Okay. /n xk03 to display this vendor. The same vendor number, address, details. For us, let me select all these. I selected all the data, enter. See, this is the vendor we created. This is the vendor number. See, reconciliation account, terms of payment, purchasing data, and partner functions. Okay. Now let us do one thing. He's the vendor, right? Now let us go and do the second one. Like we done this one. This part is completed because all the same vendors. Let us go and create Honda Motors. Varun Motors is the goods supplier. Okay. What we do is we already defined the Varun Motors, right? Let's assume Varun Motors is the supplier, goods supplier. Now let me change some settings. Okay. See here, we maintain no change. Okay. Let's assume the goods supplier where it is. See here, I will put it as goods supplier. What is the functionality? You can understand these controls. And also I put this mandatory check, removed from invoice representative. How it works, how these controls works, let us see. Okay. I unchecked the no change option, and also I unchecked for invoice represented by the mandatory option. Okay. Let us see how it works. That means the goods supplier is assigned automatically in vendor master data, but it can be in changeable mode. The invoice represented by is not assigned automatically. Okay. It's not a mandatory field, but when you assign it, it will take as a not changeable mode. See here, let us create one new one. XK01, enter. Let me put as vendor as some, it's a company, and supplier. Okay. Sorry. So see that as address. I maintain the address. Reconciliation account 16,000 and cash management. What do you mean by this reconciliation account? What are the transactions we done against this particular vendor stored under this reconciliation account? Okay. And then if you procure anything, we need to pay some amount to the vendor, right? So those entries will be triggered to some general ledger accounts based on this reconciliation assignment. Okay. Payment terms or returns INR. Or acknowledgement. Need to check these. Okay, I will tell you what is this GR based IV during the creation of transactions. I will explain you about these controls. Now enter. See what happens when I go through partner functions. It does not show me 4 entries. See, invoice representative will not shown to us. See why? Because invoice representative not shown because it is not a mandatory field. It will not be assigned automatically during the creation of vendor master data. We need to assign it manually. But if you maintain manually, it is in non-changeable mode. No change. Enter. Partner number it is asking. I can put as enter now. Okay. See, internal was assigned, but it has taken it to non-changeable mode. But good supplier is in changeable mode. Why? Because we put it as no change unchecked, right? So I put, let's assume good supplier is not the Shashank supplier. Good supplier will be some Varun Motors. We already defined Varun Motors. Let's assume Varun Motors is the good supplier. Okay. So when we create this vendor master data, what is the number here assigned? It will be assigned to here as well. I think we defined 7,002. 7 series 2000. The next number will be generated as 2001 will be assigned for these 3 partner functions. See, let me save this vendor master record. Let me display XK03. Okay, I don't require all these. I required only these 2. See, ordering address is the Shashank supplier. Vendor also Shashank supplier and invoice also represented by Shashank supplier. But goods will be delivered to the company by Varun Motors. Okay, this is how we maintain the partner functions, and these are the controls here. No change and mandate. And if you want to see the list of vendors, the transaction code is MKVZ. Let me put it. This is purchasing organization, or else if you want to go with account group also, not a problem. ZVAZ is our vendor account group, and click on execute. So it will show 2 vendors because we defined only 2 vendors. See, 7,000 Varun Motors and Shashank supplier. It is his address, and this is the purchasing organization. His salesperson details. Okay. And now let us see what is the screen layout. Okay. For example, let me create new one. See here, what are the mandatory fields here? Name is mandatory, such term is mandatory, country is mandatory, but postal code is not mandatory. If you do not maintain also, the system is allow you to create the vendor. How it was maintained? We have a screen layout settings. Let me show you that. How's this matters management? During creation of a vendor account group, you can see that. See, initial accounting. See, we defined a vendor account group, right? Can execute. What is our vendor account group? ZVAZ. Select this, go to details. Here you can see last time I already told you field status, right? Double click on general data and address. Click on this address. Here, what are the name one is the required field. Such term is the required field. Required means it's a mandatory field. Name one, such term, and also country. Move to next group. Mobile telephone number. Next group. Reference account group. Reconciliation account is mandatory, right? And any other things is mandatory. Contact persons is also optional. Let me do one thing. I will put as postal code is mandatory. See, postal code city. Let me put as mandatory. Okay. It is not mandatory now. Okay, 01. See, city was mandatory now. Postal code city. And for example, PO box. City we maintain as mandatory. If you want to go with the postal box, postal code. Display means what? If I put display, it is in not editable mode. If I put this, see, city, it was a required field, but I changed it to display. See, we can't maintain any data here. Go to address again. Let me put it as an option. Suppress means the field will not be visible to you. See, if I put suppress, this field will not be visible to you. See, the field is not showing postal code and city. If I put as optional, then it will show you. See, in street address, country, region, street address showing. Let me refresh this. Now it is showing. That is the functionality of suppress. This is how we can maintain which is mandatory field, which is optional field. Okay. This is about the vendor master data. Do you have any questions, Joseph and Anil?
No, sir.
Joseph, do you have any questions?
No, Shekhar.
Yeah. Okay.